and we will start with the Findurance race. Yeah, short backstory about this competition. It always happens on the first Sunday of the month. But yeah, I always had to work on the first Sunday of the month. So since multiple months I was not able to participate. This time I finally had a free weekend on the first Sunday, and then I moved it. Then I moved it to the second weekend, obviously. But the good thing is also the second and also the third weekend are free for me. So I actually have time. It was, however, scheduled typically at 1 p.m, which means that it would have been at the same time like the TSCC, and that is of course shit for me. So I asked if we can put it 1 hour earlier, and they agreed, yeah, 1 hour earlier, so that it doesn't collide with TSCC, and now I can participate finally. It would have been typical if I couldn't again. Last time I participated here, I was fighting for the lead, and in the last lap I got a disconnect. I'm not completely sure if that was my last one, but it could be that it was my last appearance here where this happened. So what is this race about? Well, we have a MultiLap track, a pretty long MultiLap track, and we got now 15 minutes warm-up to learn the lines, to learn the whole track. And when these 15 minutes are over, then we start a race. It's just one race over many laps, and whoever finishes, it seems to be 15 laps if I look at the top right, and whoever finishes these 15 laps first wins the race, wins the whole thing. And yeah, for now I have to focus to learn this track as quick as possible. Maps are all often, maybe not always, but pretty often, pretty good in this competition. And back in the days when I was participating, there were already like a few good players. It was often like a 1v1 battle with someone else for the win, sometimes with 2 other players for the win. But I saw in my absence of this cup, there were actually some really good players participating in the Findurance race, so it got a little bit bigger. And it wouldn't have been easy to win those, and also today I saw already someone joining saying, oh yeah, it looks like very good players again. Yeah, gonna have to check who's on it. You will realize it during the race. So since a long time at every of these... What's this, plastic? At every of these races I am disabling Open Planet, because back in the days Open Planet was extremely does it lead to extreme lags after some time in the race, and there were many players on the server. Maybe that wouldn't be the case anymore, but just to be sure, the FPS performance is just a lot better than in such races if I just don't use Open Planet. So problem is that the ice is not blue now, which it usually should be. Oh yeah. So this is 1 lap. So now I will do how will I? Nah, next lap I do that. Next lap I will do a respawn lap, where I respawn every single checkpoint and try to learn the lines. Now I try to learn the map in this lap again. Try to remember everything, and some respawns I can already do now. Ice is always very important. The first laps in the race are very important, so the fast learn is quite crucial here. A good line here, good angle for this. Let me check again. No. I think there's no wiggling. Okay, and now comes the respawn lap. So let's try to remember everything. This is the first turn here. Can be driven like this. This is already now a bit of a shit line. Not really the nicest line through the CP. Okay. Yeah, I thought of this. No. Yeah, this here is important. Get far to the left. Take good speed through this. Lost the gear, that's not nice. That's surely avoidable. Yeah. This is of course a very weird corner because the block that we haven't really been driving yet. Okay, I think this is the line. Still struggle with the dirt though. It's now... Ah, okay, the respawn is here. Yeah. Still not a good ice slide. Worth to train more. Still not nice. This, however, was nice. Okay, have to remember this corner, didn't do that yet. Okay, now I have a shit respawn. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. Now I can try to do one normal one with all the lines that I learned. Okay. Still 40 seconds time. And then you will start. Let's go. I thought about doing quickly a restart for the first lap, because I had no idea what's coming up here. I only saw this once, and it's 15 minutes ago. But I survived it. I didn't go into the hole. That would have been, of course, the perfect start to it. It's difficult with that gear. Scheiße. I was afraid of this one transition, and obviously. Yeah, that's just a small time loss here. Was a good start, I was first, so pace is there. Okay, comeback race. basically the one mistake I was not allowed to do. But this is the only part that is not super saveable, it's just one of these annoying transitions. That was the only part I was afraid of. And of course such a huge time loss. I was already wondering in the warm-up, if it happens, do I respawn because of this long straight afterwards, or do I continue? And I decided to respawn, and I thought it would not be 8 seconds. I thought it would be less. But okay, we make the race more interesting. So I caught up to first place, but sadly only 3/10. Start, finish, and the long penalty straight are the two parts where I will check the standings. I wonder if it would be just better to purposely lose the gear and then gain it back. Okay, now I wanted to lose the gear, but I kept it. That was interesting. Okay, he made a mistake. He made a big mistake, actually. The guy that was first, Patenfechter. Scheiße. Oh, this part is so annoying. Always the transitions, man. Look at that, man. Got up so much. Just to lose another time here. The thing is, the map is too easy. The map is so easy that you cannot really gain multiple seconds on the others. The pace is pretty similar to the players in front. I am faster, but just a little bit. Okay, we go full risk now. Need to gain a second each lap. What annoys me there is that this jump is also so blind. shit, I'm not really gaining. That was a good lap now. Bad ice right now. It's not helpful. Maybe the ice parts I just have to pray I get them. I have the feeling this race is also a bit shorter. Only 15 laps, the map doesn't feel very long. I don't know, it's 2 minutes something, I guess. But if it was 2 minutes, for example, and 15 laps, then we only have a 30 minutes race. Usually they are 45 minutes long. So I'm actually missing time to catch up, you know. It's definitely not 3 minutes long. I would think. 1 lap. But even if it is, the map is pretty easy, the turns are pretty easy. Like everyone can drive them. Which makes respawns exactly in this race so crucial. Respawns are just so... you cannot really catch it up here. So it's exactly the wrong race to have respawns. In other Findurance races I was nicely consistent, but I was missing pace in the beginning of the race. I lost then too many seconds there. But here it was just quickly to learn. It's now 11.2, but we are on lap 7 of 15. Still 6th place. I mean, I'm catching up to the guys right in front. That was bad now. That was tight. But yeah, nothing that I can need if I want to catch up. It was a bad ending again. I need perfect laps. Both ice sections, and that's difficult to get. Plus I can of course not afford to do this one mistake again with the ramp transition. kept the gear. It is difficult to understand. Okay, I was catching up a little bit in that section because it was more at MultiLap, but still, ENG is keeping up with his pace. Soon I need to gain 2 seconds on him per lap if I want to catch up. I'm already trying. My laps are already good, they are not far away from the limit. .2. Still nothing gained. It's quite obvious that ENG needs to do a mistake. I know one mistake that can be done. It costs around 8 seconds, I can tell. If you do it twice, it's like 16 seconds. .7. Sadly, I'm not able to get perfect laps. It's 11.3 again. The second half of this lap was not good. But let's try to get at least towards second place. Fechter was in the lead in the beginning, and after my second respawn he overtook back, and he has basically the same pace. And we are both catching up to the guys, like the guy in third at least. I don't know with Simply Nick in second what the gap is. Yeah, it's always a second to Patenfechter, need to feint. Is around 3 seconds in front. Another round where I didn't really catch up to Heger. I don't even know him that well. Because he does a very good race. I was pretty sure I would catch up nicely and then have all the hopes. But the fact that I'm only equal, I am faster when I get a clean lap. But over many laps, sometimes I have not a perfect ice slide. And then I'm losing again a bit. Or these last turns here, they are not suiting me too well. This airtime. Then it remains basically at 11. So without my second respawn, I was up to 3 seconds. So I was only 3 seconds behind Heger before my second respawn. And after the respawn I was an 11, 12 behind. Without that respawn I would still be behind them. Without really catching up. On this map, my biggest advantage was actually that I learned it very quick. I was the fastest in the first and in the second lap, if you count out the respawn. But I was already in first when I came to that part. I gained to Patenwächter in the second lap. I didn't really use this due to the respawn, I didn't really use that. But I learned it quicker. In other Findurance races it was often the case that there was this one guy understanding the map better. The maps were more difficult in the other races, which meant that someone that understood that means that someone understood the map better than he could win 4 to 5 seconds in one lap, and after 3 laps I was then over 10 seconds behind, and then I got slowly but surely also to that pace, but the gap was already there, so he could already afford a mistake and would still be leading. This time I think I was the fastest to learn it, but everyone is of course very close. Also the guy that was in third place made a big mistake. And I'm still this 1 second behind Patenwächter. To simply nick, it's actually also too much to catch it up. I need bonkers laps. Okay. Very close to Patenfechter, still a second, but close to simply Nick now. And Hege lost a bit. And that's the only hope that Hege is feeling pressure now. Patenfechter with another mistake. 4.8 to Hege. Nice. Shit. I had a very bad section here. I clipped, lost speed, but another shit line. Ah shit, I didn't catch up because of that. I was down to 4 seconds. And I could be at 3 point something now. Simply Nick made a mistake as well. Story of my Findurance races, really. Either I missed them, or I'm doing a catch up to the end of the race, but it's then just not enough and I get second. We have one more lap and I'm 3.8 behind. That is in theory not really catch-upable. With a perfect midsection I maybe could have been around 3 seconds behind. Also that wouldn't be really possible to catch up. But at least it would put a bit more pressure on him. He survived the section. Ah, damn. I lost 15 seconds. It would be a 12 seconds win if I didn't have these 2 respawns. Too bad that the respawn just is so long. If the checkpoint is closer and the mistake doesn't cost me that much, it would be fine. I only hope that he slides out here, but that's very unlikely. He didn't do it so far. I mean, he lost some time in some lap. So something he did. .6, eh? Ah, Mensch. Ja. I mean, yeah, the race was again very interesting. Like, all my Findurance races are extremely exciting. The one thing is that here you get some airtime, which made me miss this turn in the first part of the transition. And this is basically the thing. Depending on how you jump here, it makes this easier or less easy. Theoretically, I could have gone for the safe route when I wasn't sure with this jump, but that's of course also super slow. Still a lot better, of course, than if I would respawn, because yeah, sadly the checkpoint isn't here. No, the checkpoint is there, and that's why I didn't win. If the checkpoint is here, I lose less time. And yeah, when you're here, you don't really see exactly where the ramp is. I knew just jump far to the left, and still it was twice not enough. 2 times not enough, and yeah, I was not sure. When I landed here, I could have continued. Maybe I didn't win because I decided to respawn. I didn't fully remember how this looks here, but I mean... Also if you have penalty acceleration and you go with penalty acceleration onto the red boost, it would be bad. But yeah, oh yeah, it's already 1 PM. I'm gonna have to leave anyway now.